Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as I give you an update on some cuttings that we took together earlier this season. So let's go. Who doesn't love free plants? I love to propagate plants, be it from seed, cuttings, division, you name it. I'm always up for the challenge. And not only that, I love to show you my process for propagating all kinds of plants, both annuals as well as perennials. Earlier this season, I feel like it was just yesterday, I showed you my process for cutting back my Montauk Daisy. It's very important if you have Montauk Daisy to prune it back so it doesn't get leggy during the season. But you can always take those cuttings and you can turn them into more free plants. If you missed that video, I'll link it down below. And if you've never heard of Montauk Daisy, I highly recommend you research it a little bit more. It's a beautiful white colored flower, daisy flower, that blooms later in the season. It's not your typical Shasta daisy. It's a different type of daisy. I love it in the late summer, early fall months when I really don't have a lot of other white flowers in my garden. And not only that, the leaf structure on the plant is quite interesting. When it comes to taking cuttings from plants, I always like to take a lot of cuttings because you never know how many plants are going to survive, if any. I'll pop up on the screen how many weeks have passed since we took those cuttings. Today, we're going to be potting up some of the cuttings. I've already started, but I wanted to show you my process. When it comes to a potting mix, you can use whatever you want. The big thing is make sure that it's well draining. I like to make my own potting mix. It's nice and fluffy and it's mixed with compost. I'll put a link to it down in the description below. So what I'm planning to do is pot up my cuttings. And the reason is I want to let them root a little bit more. I have an idea where I want them to be in my garden, but I don't want to put them in the garden just quite yet. If you were in the same boat as me and you had Montauk Daisy cuttings, you can definitely take those cuttings and just stick them directly out into your soil. The big thing is make sure you're doing it on a cloudy day. You don't want it to be a super sunny, hot day. And make sure you're giving those plants plenty of water. But I have a little surprise. I'm almost positive I'm going to be putting some of the Montauk Daisies that I took cuttings of in this long border that's behind me. I'll do that on a different date. For today, let's go ahead and get these potted up. And since I have a backyard plant nursery, I can also offer some of these for sale to other customers. A good indicator to know whether or not your cuttings are ready to be put out in your landscape or to be potted up is to look at the bottom of the pot where you put your cuttings. If you start seeing roots forming, then you know that it's time. I'm just going to squeeze the side of the pot, and that just helps loosen the roots that are inside there. Let's go ahead and carefully slip out our cuttings. You can see that they are just barely starting to root out. So I'm just going to reuse the pots that I have on hand. I wanted to mention, could I have waited another few weeks before doing this process? Absolutely. But I have time today, so I figured let's get this job done. What I'm planning to do is fill up each pot about 1/3 full with my potting mix. And now I'm just very carefully trying to loosen up the soil. Look at those beautiful roots. That's a really nice looking cutting right there. In this small 1.5 pint pot, I'm planning to put 3 plants or 3 cuttings. And one thing that you'll notice when you take cuttings from plants is some plants will have more roots, some will have less, and that's totally fine. You might even get some that don't have any roots at all yet. I'm going to space my plants out just like this, and now I'm going to backfill with the potting mix. One thing that I've learned about Montauk Daisy is a lot of people have never heard of it. And I also learned that in the fall, when the big box stores are selling it, they run out very quickly of this plant. So it's a great plant, not only for me to have in my own landscape, but also for me to offer as part of my backyard plant nursery. I'm just pushing down. I'm going to give this a good drink of water, and then I'm going to put it in the shade just for 1 or 2 days so it can acclimate because it's gone under some stress. After that, this can go ahead and be placed in my plant nursery for me to shop on a later date or for me to sell. You can see all the cuttings that were in that pot. I have probably 10 more pots that are this size. So this will definitely keep me busy, and I'm excited about having so many plants. I've had a lot of success taking cuttings and rooting them from a number of plants. Montauk Daisies are just one of them. In fact, recently I took cuttings off of my perennial mums, and I've also been busy propagating sedum and taking cuttings off of sedum as well. Some other plants that I've had a lot of success taking cuttings from include hydrangeas, as well as roses and forsythia. There are so many plants that you can root easily through cuttings. This process that I'm showing you today of basically taking my cuttings and potting them up, I'll be doing the same exact thing with all the other plants that I've taken cuttings of during the last year. I would love to hear from you. What are some plants that you've had success taking cuttings of and propagating? And when did you do it? Did you do it during the winter months, which is more like hardwood cuttings? Or did you do it when it was warmer out? Did you take softwood or semi-softwood cuttings? And from which plants? Please drop it down in the comment section below. The final thing I want to share with you is my Montauk Daisy that we took these cuttings from. It is ready to be cut back again. I normally like to cut it back twice during the year, once during the early spring months and again around 4th of July or so. So the reason I like to do that is so that my plant is nice and strong and sturdy, so it's not flopping over. In fact, I like to do that to a lot of my plants, including my perennial mums. Some people call it the Chelsea chop. I don't know, I just call it pruning back my plant to make it stronger and sturdier. I really hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them down below. And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.